charge me so much. Like, who's gonna sit alone?
Shut up. Okay, so we're gonna do the reset, right? He wanted to keep doing it, and then he's gonna stay in B while you say. So he's gonna continue on playing, and then D. What do I have to do?
You know, I like rehearsal.
You're gonna light, and then I'm gonna have you read.
Put my glasses up there in my neck. But not.
And then you'll just read them.
As the to all who is the home. You'll tell me what's mean.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I have always preferred to pray barefoot. When I was young and I would attend synagogue with my mom on Friday nights or high holidays or really for any occasion, we would find our seat in the sanctuary and almost immediately she'd slide off her shoes and often would remain barefoot for the entirety of services. I now realize that this is because my mom prefers to do everything barefoot, but for me, this shoelessness created a ritual of grounding, an opportunity to sink my feet into the earth below me as I prayed towards the heavens above. In a sense, it helped remove one small barrier between me and the divine. In this week's Torah portion, we're taught to cut away the thickening around your hearts. In other words, remove that which obstructs your heart from following God's teachings. Open yourself up to experience the great, mighty, and awesome God. Rabbi Malka Drucker says that this expression can be likened to the thick skin on our feet that keeps us from feeling our connection to the holy most intimately. It is only when we remove that excess, when we strip away unnecessary barriers that stand between us and others, between us and God, that we can truly open our hearts and find that connection. So, whether you like to pray barefoot or prefer to keep your shoes on, it's my hope that tonight you can find a way to peel back just one extra layer and allow your heart to open a little bit more as we join together in prayer. We're going to begin our services tonight with the lighting of Shabbat candles on page 2. I'd like to invite up Vanessa and Jake Cohen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu של שבת.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Amen. We turn now to page 5 for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam moreh peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kiva ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלצנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim.
Thank you so much, Vanessa and Jake. And as they enjoy that l'chaim on our behalf, we're going to go ahead and turn to pages 20 and 21 for Lechado D. Together we will pray verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And once we have reached the final verse, we will all then rise and face the door to welcome in our Sabbath bride.
La 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 Lechado D. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Nekave. La 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 Lechado D. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Nekave. Shamor וזכור ורבו אחד השמיענו אל המאוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשאול תפארת ולתהילה. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Nekavelo. Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nerchad Ki mekor haberaka מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לה 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 Lechado D. לה 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 Likrat Kala. לה 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Nekavelo. Verse 5. Hitoreri Kiva orech Umi ori Ori Shedaveri Kevod Adonai Alayit Nigla. La 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 Lechado D. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Nekavelo. Kenei Shabbat Ekabela.
We remain standing, and I invite you to turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Yai lai lai, ya la la lai, lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, ya la la lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
You may be seated, and I'll invite you to turn to page 32 and join me in the English at the bottom of the page. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Amen.
Amen.
Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Moed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we even stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get there from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. We join for Micha Mocha, page 40.
Mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, nora tehilot, o sefele. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, Tehilot, oh sefele. And the river is wide, and the river is deep, and the river is standing between you and me and freedom, freedom. But we shall overcome one day. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, nora tehilot, oh sefele. And the river is fierce, and the river is hate, and the river is standing between us and the gates of freedom, freedom. But we shall overcome one freedom, freedom. But we shall overcome one day. Yes, we shall overcome one day.
We now rise as we are able and turn to page 46 for the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atarav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנת להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We now continue silently with the words in our prayer books or the words in our hearts, and once you are finished, you may be seated. Page 56.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael Amecha Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael Amecha Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha אתה אדוני שאותך לבדך וירא נעבור.
We now continue on page 62 for Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום.
Page 60.
שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם לעולם. תשים לעולם לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I just returned from my summer stint at camp. For the past 5 years, I've spent part of my summer at our regional camp, URJ Camp Coleman, serving on faculty alongside clergy and educators from across our movement. While the air is thick and sticky in the North Georgia mountains and the bugs are always bugging, it is truly what I believe should be considered Judaism's happy place. What do you think after having gone? Yeah, we agree? The camp is filled with kids who don't just learn about Jewish values, but live them. Kehila, community, kavod, respect, chesed, kindness, and shalom, peace. There is no shortage of any of them at Camp Coleman. Ask any camper at any given moment, and they can tell you what each of these values means, where they see them at camp, and where they hope to bring them in the rest of their lives. If anyone ever worries about the future of Judaism and the Jewish people, I would encourage them to spend even an hour at Camp Coleman. You'll leave knowing that we are, in fact, in very good hands. Like any youth community, campers are discovering who they are, who they want to become, and how they want to get there. Camp has clear rules and policies for safety and security, but it also invites campers to help shape the kind of community that they want to live in. Our camp director thoughtfully set up a Dear Amy box in the Chadar, the dining hall, where anyone could anonymously or openly share suggestions, concerns, or questions. This summer, that box filled up after 2 programs held back to back. One about anti-Semitism taught by an outside organization, followed the next morning by a session on Israel led by our Mishlachat, the Israeli educators. More than a dozen teenagers, 14 to 15 years old, wrote thoughtful letters reflecting on what they had learned, how they were processing Israel, their experiences with anti-Semitism, and what place they believed those conversations should have at camp, while also balancing the joy of simply being teenagers with their friends. What made me proud wasn't that they all agreed, because they didn't. It was how many of them took time to write and the level of care in every single letter. We invited them to an optional conversation during their free time, expecting a handful of campers, if any even at all. More than 10 showed up. What they shared gave me tremendous hope that morning. They want the freedom to love Israel in their own way. They want to show up for the Jewish community. They want to live proudly as Jews. One camper shared that she is the only Jewish student in her school, and her synagogue doesn't even have a rabbi. Another camp, she said, is the only place where she feels safe enough to have these conversations. Another camper said he feels the weight of everything happening in Israel and wants more information so he can wrestle with it himself. I don't want people telling me what to think, he said. I want to figure out what I think. They were thoughtful, honest, and compassionate. And they also reminded us that they are still teenagers after all, stubborn at times, emotional, idealistic, and occasionally convinced that they have all the answers. It was classic adolescence. In some ways, they reminded me of the Israelites in this week's Torah portion. Parshat Akev finds the Israelites standing at the edge of a new chapter. Moses is preparing to say goodbye. The people he addresses are largely the generation born into the wilderness. They have grown up with freedom, but freedom alone has not made them mature. They have spent some years learning who they were, who they are, when to question, when to listen, when to challenge, and how to build a community together. Moses knows at this point that he cannot lead them forever. He has taught them Torah, modeled leadership, and guided them through the wilderness. And soon, they will be left to make the choices for themselves. So he reminds them what matters most. You shall love the eternal your God and serve God, b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha, with all of your heart and with all of your soul. And just a few verses later, he tells them, and you shall teach them to your children, speaking of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Notice what Moses doesn't say. He doesn't just simply tell them to obey. He tells them to love. Because rules alone aren't enough. You can teach commandments, you can establish expectations, you can create structure. But love, commitment, and a sense of belonging cannot simply be commanded. Those are inspired. They are modeled. They are nurtured over time. They are built into the very fabric of our lives. As leaders, as parents, as teachers, as camp professionals, clergy, and community members, we spend so much of our lives hoping that what we have tried to teach will one day become something our students and children genuinely choose for themselves. Eventually, every generation has to make Judaism its own. The Israelites, as we know, were not perfect. Once they entered the Promised Land, life was anything but idyllic. They struggled, stumbled, and made plenty of mistakes. But they cared enough to keep teaching. They passed these stories and these values to their children, and because they did, we are still reading them thousands of years later. That is my hope for this generation as well. If my experience at camp taught me anything, it is that these teenagers already know what Moses hoped the Israelites would have, not just the knowledge, but the heart and the soul. They know our values. They ask the hard questions. They care deeply about their community and being in relationship with each other. They want to wrestle with what it means to be Jewish rather than inherit someone else's answers. And that gives me hope. Because when Moses tells the Israelites to walk in all the way God's ways and to love God, he isn't asking for blind obedience. He is asking them to become people whose values shape the way they walk through the world. This is what I saw at Camp Coleman this summer, and this is what I pray for all of us. May we continue to build our community so it is one where questions are welcomed, where love is stronger than fear, and where every generation and each of us are inspired not only to know our tradition, but to carry it forward with all of our heart and all of our soul. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Our hearts now turn to those who are in need of healing, whether that's in mind, in body, or in spirit. As my hand goes around the room, I invite you to share the one that you are thinking of tonight.
Gina Gutman, Alice Miller,
We join together on page 253, Mishaberach.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Leomotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We now rise as we are able and turn to page 282 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We are thinking of those who are observing Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. We're thinking of Yonah Cohen. We're remembering Yonah Cohen, Jeanette Lillenbaum, Vivian R. Kagan, Stephen Groden. We are also remembering those who have died this time in years past, whose loved ones inscribe their names in our alcove of remembrance. We're remembering Abraham Anson, Philip Bernanke, Selma Zinkov Dobkin, Lester B. Friedman, Sheldon Lelchuk, Joe Ellen Levinson, Mark Lipsitz, Dean Everett Nicholson, David Provis, Edward Resnick, Henry Cicerek, Alex R. Simberg, Maxine Hope Cronish Snyder, Bernice Kaplan Strauss. We're also remembering Sarah Boris, Catherine Bowers, Mervyn Brettschneider, Stephen Chase, Karen Cooper, Ira Elegant, Nanette Emanuel, Avi Ferdman, J. Antonio Fraga, Alan Gerson, Daniel Jules Jacobs, Susie Strauss Jacobs, Barbara Gordon Jonas, James Jim Kosnowski, Jan Levin, Robert Levy, Myron Maxwell, Eunice Rand, Reba Robinson, Joseph Samick, Barry Shipman, Rose Starr, Judith Weinstein, Carol L. Weiner, Sam Wolf. If there's anyone else that you are remembering tonight, as my hand goes around the room, I invite you to share their name aloud, and please rise. We now rise as one community in sacred solidarity and join together on page 294 from Warner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yalmich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen, Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam ulalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha brechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'hayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, b'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. A few announcements this Shabbat. Tomorrow at 9:30, we have Torah study followed by Shabbat morning services at 10:30 a.m. Please join us on Monday, August 3rd at 7 p.m. There will be a Get Out the Vote kickoff via Zoom. If you are interested in being involved, please check out our weekly Temple Talk for more information. And as part of the Jewish response to 2 devastating earthquakes in northern Venezuela, the Greater Miami Jewish Federation is collecting funds to provide support and relief to victims and their families. Please join us in this vital effort to help those people and give as generously as you can. Please visit our website for all other information, and please join us for Oneg following Shabbat services. Okay. And with that, turn to page 62.
Oh, say shalom bimroma, oh yeah, say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma, oh yeah, say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma, oh yeah, say shalom aleinu. Yeah, say shalom, yeah, say shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yeah, say shalom, yeah, say shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh, say shalom bimromav, oh yeah, say shalom aleinu. Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom, everybody.